Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day, and welcome to the Fasce Cast, your weekly podcast of everything football. We're going to be doing fantasy predictions, all the betting, the news, you name it. We have all right here every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And today, I am joined by a new roster change going into season 2. But to introduce everyone, I'm going to let them kind of talk for themselves. So, Chris T, welcome to the
Hello,
podcast.
hello. Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. I didn't really prepare anything to say. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to talk football. I hope that we can argue a bit. I think that'll be fun. And go Rams.
Go Rams. And you might all know a familiar voice from last year, but we're bringing him back. We're also not going to introduce him. But, Nick, why don't you say hi to everyone?
Oh wow, no introduction for me. Reoccurring voice, no introduction. I see how it is. Well, gonna do one anyways. I'm happy to be back. I guess I am true to the fast name as well, though. Still as a fast cousin, unlike the imposter joining us now, and ready to talk football. Yes, Chris, there definitely will be some arguing. I remember that very vividly last year as Mr. Beep to Boop in the background trying to find the facts, but I'm excited to talk football this year with you guys.
Well, you know what, Nick? What I'll say, I might not be related by blood, but I've known Justin longer than you have.
You
No,
know what?
that is true. You're showing your age right there.
That actually could be a valid point. That might be true.
I
But
think it might be.
That actually might be.
it's pretty close. Which is kind of scary, but
Yeah.
all right, yeah, we had a very long off season. Very excited to get back. 2025 football. We're a week away. What is happening, guys? Oh my gosh! Cowboys, of course, opening up the season. We're gonna absolutely destroy the Eagles. Week 1, absolutely no problem. Put it in the books now. Uh, Talking about all that, let's think of what's gonna let's do our predictions of what's going around the league. Let's go division by division. We're gonna go right down the line. Everyone prediction
Okay.
division winners. And let's start off with let's go with the AFC. We're gonna start in the East, and I think we can 3-2-1 this.
Are we just all three
Yeah.
same time?
I think
Just
so.
saying it.
I'm pretty sure this
Oh
should
boy.
be. And yeah, let's 3-2-1 it. Why not? Three, two,
Okay.
one. The Jets.
The
Bills.
Bills.
Wait, what?
Alrighty then. Is it too early for whoops and daisies here, Justin?
No,
I think so.
I'm obviously completely kidding. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, for me, it's the Bills division to lose. They could literally be asleep at the wheel, and it's probably one of the weaker ones. Although I will say, I'm very excited to see the Patriots this year. Mike
Drake May.
Vrabel, Drake May. I think they're going to probably be in contention. I'm gonna list them out now. Patriots, Raiders, and Giants for me are going to be one of those three
Some
most improved team in the NFL.
I'd have to agree. Those are
Hmm.
some sleeper picks this year for the number 2 slots in their division, maybe number 3 depending on the division, but they're all contenders for the wild card spot this year, I think.
I don't think the Giants fall into that, in all honesty. Having their quarterback be my quarterback from last year and knowing how that goes, it's just, I feel bad for Giants fans. I feel bad. I mean, they were once a great team back in the Manning days, but without that quarterback room, it's just, I think they're going to be a four.
See, I
I
tend
think
to
they're going to have
disagree
another
with
season.
that just because if you look at what they did last year, um,
You mean
and now
absolutely
obviously
blow?
they didn't have a good year for the most part, but they had a lot of upside last year. And now you go and you add a Russell Wilson. I think that it's something that is a very big positive for them. And now Russell Wilson didn't do very well under the guidance of Mike Tomlin,
Oh, I know.
but
Trust me, I know.
I
and we'll
think
get into that a little bit later.
I think you
But
guys are all missing a key part too about the Giants. It's not completely about their offense, although it will say 100% Russell Wilson's going to be a better quarterback there from what they previously had. So it's only an improvement there. But the defense, that their line, their defensive line, they might be the best in the league.
That is true.
So yeah, just the whole defense. You can't win if you can't score, kind of thing, like the Steelers. Traditional
yep,
gameplay strategy every
Yep.
single year. I think
Except for Chris Boswell.
I think Giants are going to be a tough team to play against. Not just
yeah, they're
good.
definitely not going to be the pushovers that they
Yeah.
used to be the last few years.
So that's why I say that. But going back over to the East, yeah, we can all agree Bills.
Bills.
Now, what I do have a question about though, what do you think about the Patriots playoffs wise? Is that, I know you said wild card. Prediction laid out on the table right now, yes or no? Are they making it this year?
I think they have the potential.
Yeah, I think they sneak in as a 7. I think that 7 spot is not a gimme this year. So, because I think they could even be surpass the Dolphins and be number 2 in this division.
I agree. I think the Patriots are going to be the 2. I think it's going to go Bills, Patriots, Dolphins, because we know Tua Tagovailoa or however the hell you say that last name is. I mean, the wind blows the wrong way. He's throwing up gang signs, concussed.
Yeah,
So
he's
the
definitely
Dolphins
gotta
are Dolphins are going to be out of it.
protect himself more.
But
But
I
yeah,
mean,
that's exactly how I have it too. Bills, Pats, Dolphins, Jets. I do have the Patriots just missing the playoffs this year though. But that said, I think that's enough with the East. Let's head on over to what I think is probably, if not the most competitive, pretty darn close to. We're gonna go AFC West. What do you? Let's go through the whole thing, 1 through 4. What do you guys have it listed out as in the West?
It's so hard because I feel like being 3-peat Super Bowl goers, the Chiefs should unanimously be the number 1. And I do have them at number 1. But I don't think that in my mind, and this is a shock, and this is just how I feel about the team and how they played last year and how they're going into this year. I think the Broncos are going to stun a lot of people this year.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot. It's also one of those, like, their defense is going to look good kind of teams. I don't know if I'm fully bought in on Bo Nix yet. For me personally, on the Broncos.
I agree a little bit. It's also his second year in the league, right? So sophomore slump.
sophomore slump.
So that could very well play a
you guys
factor
keep
in
saying
this.
that. I don't believe in that. There's no such
Kenny
thing as a
Pickett.
sophomore slump.
I say that as I have them ranked number 2, right? So like,
Yeah. So the way I look at the Broncos too, and I have them as 3.
okay.
I think everyone's gonna have the Raiders as 4, and that's just the way it is. Even though they could blow up. They go from Geno's on there, right? Geno's
Yes.
on the show.
Yep.
Man, I like everything there. They got Genty, like Hall of Famer head coach. Tom Brady's a part of it. Man, that could be a really good sleeper team.
Did
right
they?
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have them as 4
Totally.
anyway. But my point here is what I look at with the Broncos. Who is the worst quarterback out of those 4 in that division? Would you say Bo Nix?
I would indeed say Bo Nix.
I would not.
Over Justin Herbert,
Geno.
Geno Smith did good things in Seattle. They
Geno
thought
Smith
his
has done
career was
good
done.
things, but if I'm taking their whole career into account, which you have to,
So Geno's going to be like
Geno
your Sam
had a
Darnold or
very bad
Baker
start.
Mayfield.
Yes.
He's like your Baker Mayfield kind of guy. He's him now, but yeah.
He was not.
Beginning was not.
He was on the Jets.
It doesn't matter. because there have been players that came from the Jets to other winning organizations
That
and
is
still failed.
So debatable.
that is
We'll put it as
It's
debatable, but
it's it's
close to
debatable.
last in the division, or
Yeah, I
or
would
is last.
yeah, I would have him in third
Uh,
place at
what
quarterbacks.
about the coach? Out of those four coaches, who's the worst coach?
Ooh,
It's going to be a hard say because they're all phenomenal coaches. Don't get me wrong. Um, but Andy Reid and Pete Carroll, and now Harbaugh against Sean Payton.
yeah, and Sean Payton. I mean, these are all
Who
Hall
would
of
you
Fame
take?
coaches.
Who would you take? Who would you leave out? You got to pick three. Like the start,
oh
sit, bench, cut, whatever. Who you cutting?
honestly, I'm leaving out Harbaugh. I would I
Interesting.
would
It's an
I would
interesting
leave
take.
out I would leave out Harbaugh. I know he's got a history, especially in college with Michigan, and obviously him and his brother with the Brother Bowl, 49ers Ravens. But I feel like out of Sean Payton, Andy Reid, and Pete Carroll, they have more of that comprehensive game plan and
Yeah, my
that like
point to
get
saying
get
all
down.
this is like, even though the Broncos have been hyped up pretty much by everyone, media, everyone you talk to, you look on Twitter, it's a Broncos kind of thing. My point is, when I looked at it and I saw that, it was like, what quarterback am I taking? What coach am I taking? Their defense is probably, I'd say probably the close to the best in there, but
Yep.
that's why I have them ranked so far down. I think these are uh, they might be the seven sneak in team for me this year.
So
Is the
in terms of
Broncos?
the West, though, do we all agree that the Chiefs are probably the one?
I do, and
They're
the
going to be
reason
the
is this is their
Yeah.
ninth consecutive title win, and
and
I don't
you're
see that
forgetting
changing. Like
you're
there's no
forgetting something key that happened the day of this recording.
oh, that's right. We have
Yes,
breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Hmm.
there's the breaking news of the engagement.
Taylor Kelsey coming out with a new album.
Taylor Kelsey new album.
All right, but yeah, I got for me it's Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
Okay.
And Nick, I
About you,
don't know if
Nick.
you said you're 1 through 4.
I did not. I also have the Chiefs at one, even regardless of the jokes of the Kelsey, Swift, their black magic, everything that they have. Um, I still think the Chiefs are overall the better team. Just solely, I know we talk about how defense is important as well, but their offense always is clicking. Mahomes is a good quarterback. Kelsey's a great tight end. They have a good receiving core, which is might have some issues this year with a Rashi Rice incident. But it's definitely for me. It's Chiefs, Chargers. Honestly, Raiders could be a two for me. I think they're going to have a surprising year this year. But Broncos are my last place in that division.
Well, pretty
I like
stark
the call.
differences
Honestly, I
in
could
there.
see it happen. The other thing I like about the Chiefs too, they won a lot of one-score games. How many
Hmm.
times can you do that? You know,
I
so that's just another
I
thing to
was
think
just
Apparently, a
about.
thinking of
lot.
that.
Apparent.
I don't think that it's going to happen for them again the way that it did last year.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to count them out until you see them not win because it's literally been
yeah,
9 years in a row.
yeah.
All right, moving on. We got to hit a division that hits home to us here in the podcast. Mr. Steelers fan, we'll have you go first in this one because we got the AFC North coming up next. 1 through 4. What do you think? How goes it? We can almost 3-2-1 the fourth place team, but
Yeah.
go for it.
I,
Do I have to?
yeah.
Oh God. Um, the Ravens are going to take the division again. They are, as much as I hate to say it, and it's like putting a dagger in my heart. They are, in my opinion, the best team in the AFC North. They have a phenomenal defense. They have weapons on offense. They have Zay Flowers, Derrick Henry, Lamar, Mr. Butterfingers, Mark Andrews. They're the best team in the division. If the Bengals can get past their week 4 slump, or their first 4 week slump that they go through every single year for some unknown reason, the Bengals could take the division. I mean, they put up ridiculous points last year because they don't have a defense because they didn't pay defense ever. So quick synopsis of it. It's going to go Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns.
You said Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns. Yeah, that's exactly what I have too.
That's exactly how I have it too.
Now, the one kind of, I guess, caveat I could see happening to that is the Bengals have not improved at all on defense from what we've seen so far.
Nope.
No, they have
It
not.
looks exactly the same, which is kind of frightening. So I could see that season spiraling out of control, frustrations, and obviously Joe Burrow has to stay healthy for the full entire season. You can't go into
Yes.
predictions, obviously, expecting injuries, that kind of thing. So
No.
as it stands, I would have that myself, and it's just scary that it's. I have them as 9-8 making the playoffs. This is like not very good. They're gonna go through whatever some, even though they have tried, like in the preseason, they're starting their starters for the first time, which I like to switch up. I like to change. You got to do something at this point, because if you start the year 0-3, 0-4 every single year, do something differently. And
Fair.
I like seeing them out in the field, but it also looks kind of scary with the line still too. So
That offensive
hopefully
line
they work through that.
scared me. Yeah, that offensive line scared me so bad. Um, they are, I mean, they have to protect Joe Burrow. And if you are, when Joe Burrow is running for his life in a preseason game, I think that's when you know you have a problem.
Yeah, that's
Like,
definitely not good. It's 10:29, by the way.
yeah, just to give I have the same like feelings of the whole list there. The Ravens are just the all around team. They have everything. The Bengals are just a glass cannon. They can do a lot on offense, but yeah, that defense is going to be really bad, and that line is really bad.
So,
Um,
sitting on these teams real, would you start Shador on the Browns?
no,
No.
No.
nope. I would let him sit, and because they have, I mean, they have Joe Flacco. Now, Joe Flacco isn't, he's not the Joe Flacco that won the Super Bowl, but he's still a competent QB, and he can still go in and win you football games. So I think that you allow Shador to get the needed. For me personally, I think that no, you should not start a rookie, in my opinion. Um, and that goes for Gabriel as well.
I was gonna
They're
say, who do you throw in first? So when I look at their schedule, they got like Bengals, Ravens, Packers, Lions, Vikings. So they could literally start this year like 0-6. If
yeah,
they lose like the first like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, at what point do you like go in and say, all right, let's give the young guys, and who do you throw in?
Gabriel. I think that you put him as your number two for a reason. So I think you give him the opportunity
Do you
to go
think it's
out
a
there
reason that they don't
and
want
see
the
what he can do.
attention? Do you think it's like a name
Could be.
thing? Like the Browns
I
didn't
do.
really want to
I
draft
mean,
him. Like the coaching staff was like, yeah, I don't know, we don't want to bring all the hype and the crowd and the attention. Um,
I,
so and then that is something like the owner wanted to draft him. He was like, oh, he's going to be on the team. You got
From what I heard and from what I understand, and I don't know how true this is. This is rumors that kind of came out through some NFL lines on Twitter, X, whatever. It was actually the coaching staff that wanted to sign him,
oh, so
and
it's
the
vice versa.
coaching staff is what made the decision. The coaching staff is what made the decision. The owner did not want him,
So why
and
draft the two QBs then? Is my question. The coaching staff
so
on
they
Gabriel as well.
I don't know if the coaching staff wanted Gabriel or if it was a
Owner like draft
it's
this
hard to
guy, and
say.
then
I
the
think the
coaching
owner
staff
wanted Gabriel.
later in the draft was like, you know what, just send it.
Yeah, I think he fell so far that I think if you don't take the risk on him, you're kind of stupid, only because he did show flashes of some really crazy plays in Colorado. So
Yep.
it's
A
not
big
like he doesn't
uh,
have the athleticism and things that a QB needs, especially with how quarterbacks are nowadays. A QB that is very mobile, and you look at Lamar Jackson for being the most mobile QB in my opinion. You look at somebody like that, and you have a guy who can kind of do that. He can spread the pocket and make plays happen. I think that you just take the risk because that
I
far in the draft.
Yeah, my
what it
fears.
reminds me of is think back to Johnny Manziel. The partying, the hype, the attitude, the disrespect, and he had so much hope, and then he was a burnout. So the Browns have, in my opinion, they've seen this, done that. This isn't their first time going down that road, so I feel like there's more caution behind it. I mean, then for example, look at Shiloh Sanders, same family, same problem, same hype. Rookie immediately waived. He got ejected in a preseason game for throwing a punch in a meaningless game.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
there's so much problems around that family that I don't think they wanted a repeat of Johnny Manziel.
No, I agree with that. The one thing though is for as much as we talk about that, from what I've seen, Shador has only been a class act, like as far as in the media and with
Yeah,
whatever attention
I
he's
could agree
getting.
with that.
He has been a class act with all of it. So I
I
don't know if
remember
they're
draft. He was disrespectful in meetings and not locked in, not caring. And I remember that was a big story as well. A lot of GMs and a lot of coaches were saying that he was just it wasn't
that's
there.
what they
There's a
say.
problem.
That's what they say, but I think there
I saw that
again, I
before the
think there's
draft.
more. Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
think
saw a
there's
lot of
more to that.
cockiness before the draft for sure.
He thought he was
Um,
going first round.
He did. He absolutely did think so. Did he have some cockiness before? Yes. I think he got humbled and now he's in a position to where he needs to not be that way anymore. And I think he's doing just fine right now.
Yeah. The one damaging thing was that last preseason game though. Negative 27 yards total, I think.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. When the Rams sacked him for a minus 24-yard play, you
yeah.
cannot hold the
Although
football like that.
it was like the what was it, second, third team, whatever it was he was playing with. So
Yes, he
kind
was. It
of
was like legitimately fourth team like
yeah,
players. Like it was guys that
but
were going
still,
to get waived.
yeah, still you know you get that chance. It might be that might be a damaging chance for him because you know you
Absolutely.
draft a Dylan Gabriel ahead of him, they're gonna give him like a whole entire runway, every moment, every chance to make it before you know they go down. But
Agreed.
enough of Shador. Let's talk Steelers in this division before we go
Um,
on to the next one.
I feel like since we're having a conversation later, do you think we could just do that? We're talking Steelers
Yeah,
later. Do you want
no,
to?
yeah, like yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going for.
Okay.
Give me
Yeah,
give me a time to get a drink as well for that conversation because God knows I need it.
yeah, no, we're going for it. Steelers QB situation. Aaron Rodgers coming in now that we're on the division. 1 year deal. What does the
Yep.
future look like? As well as could this possibly be Mike Tomlin's very first under 500 season?
My sentence in my notes here contains some words that I can't exactly say in this. I I'm a very realistic Steelers fan. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get behind my team. He's my quarterback. I'm gonna cheer him on when he throws his signature Hail Mary at the end of the half that he does once a year for some reason. Like, I'm gonna get on board with it. He's my quarterback. But God, do I hope it's just for him to be a mentor for Will Howard. Will Howard, we drafted. He's got that blue collar Pittsburgh energy through him. The day he was drafted, he was asking for a playbook. He was getting work in. Um, Rodgers has the mobility. God, I thought Ben Roethlisberger had bad mobility at the end of his career. I always joked around that he had the mobility of a fridge. Aaron Rodgers, watching him in training camp videos. My dad went to training camp, and he's usually pretty hopeful. He's going to be, of course, for the season as well. And he was worried about it. Our offensive line has had issues protecting quarterbacks, and when your quarterback has the mobility of fucking, excuse the language, dump truck with 3 flat tires and someone drunk behind the wheel, it's just not going to be good. Rodgers' NFL career is 2 years younger than me. He has been in the NFL since 2005. That's when he was drafted. It is like I'm gonna cheer him on. People have asked me at work that is how does it feel to have Mike Tomlin's last year as a Steeler? Somehow we always end up at the above 500 or pretty dang close to it. But I realistically think this could be the first year Tomlin does have a losing season. I think it's realistic. We have a hard schedule this year. I mean, we play the Ravens twice, the Bengals twice, the Browns. Even though we agreed they're not going to be a great team, it's AFC North football is different type of football. It's always a close game.
Division football
It's
is
all
always different
it's
football.
it's always a bloodbath in those games. It always comes down to the final play or two, or a few plays go the different way that the outcome comes out. Like the Steelers, we play, just to double check it, we play the Packers, we play the Lions, we play the Vikings. It's gonna be a rough year for us, and we need. Oh, we play the Bills as well. Our last game of the years are against the Ravens. It's gonna be an interesting year. Of course, I'm gonna root on Rodgers, but at some point, yeah, someone's gonna need to check on me about halfway during the season, see how I'm doing.
I was gonna say it almost sounded like you were like not a Steelers fan, and going in there a little bit.
It's it's gonna be rough. I'm always hopeful every year and ready to go, but I won't lie. I'm worried this season. I'm going to the games I normally go. I'm gonna go crazy for when things happen, but it's gonna be waiting for that other shoe to drop throughout the year. That's my take on it, and
Christy, what do you
yeah,
think?
Um, I Aaron Rodgers. I again we talked about the Jets and how they can never get anything right. Every quarterback that they've had, never anything right. Was that an issue with Rodgers being on the team? Was it not a Rodgers issue and was it a Jets issue? I think we're gonna find that out this year. Um, does he have it in him? I think he still does. He's one of the most accurate quarterbacks to ever play the game of football. So I don't think he lost much of to Nick's point. He isn't as mobile as he used to be. But I definitely wouldn't put him on Roethlisberger level. Sorry, Nick. Um, Roethlisberger was, yeah, very not mobile at the end. I do not think he's that bad. Um, their roster kind of scares me a little bit because they have DK Metcalf, but do they have a solid number two? Obviously, they have Calvin Austin, who eh, I just I'm not sold on the wide receiver room because after that, then you have Scotty Miller and Ben Skowronek, who I know very well. Um, he's an ex-Ram, so I know him
Roman,
very well. He's a good player. Roman Wilson. Um, I not to say that they're not going to be good, but I am not sold on that wide receiver room.
So, final
So I
decision: are
think
they going over or under?
I have gone back and forth on this because it's like a 50-50 for me. Um, I think they're going to go under.
So you both got them under.
I mean, our strongest suit every year, year after year after year, is our defense. Like our defense is loaded with playmakers. So
Yeah,
the
and
only way I could see us going above is our defense steps up like they do every other year.
yep, and I think that's got to be the same story. Yeah, for me, same exact thing. I'm like back and forth. I watched a training camp video. I'm like, they're gonna go in 17. Um, and then the other question is with DK Metcalf. I don't know if that connection's really gonna work with Aaron Rodgers because I don't know. He's like kind of like a um, go get him. I'm gonna run faster. I'm stronger. Throw it up kind of guy. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers
Agreed.
has worked well with those receivers in the past. Another thing with Aaron Rodgers too, we haven't seen an effective year from him in like 5 years now. So you saying does he have it left? I think this is an Aaron Rodgers problem. He was, yes, was is a very key word there. Very accurate quarterback. Chuck Hail Marys down 90 yards down the field. We all know and seen probably Hall of Famer quarterback what he was. But
Yep.
at what point, at what is it going to be year 6, year 7 where we finally decide he's not the Aaron Rodgers anymore? I mean, going like 5 years deep without having that kind of season, which is why I think it's going to have to be the defense again. I don't believe in the offense, even though you brought in DK and all that. Who's running the ball again? I don't know if their running back
We have
room is
Gainwell.
Jalen Warren and
no. Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson,
Johnson,
are
yeah.
are split backs.
So,
I'm
yeah.
excited to see Caleb Johnson.
So that within itself there, and I don't know how the connection's going to be with DK. All that being said, they always find a way to get it done.
They sure do.
Whether it's Tomlin magic, defense magic, whatever it is. I have them missing the playoffs, but I also have them 9-8 above 500 again. And that's just my take. They always find a way, almost like the Chiefs-esque. You know, it just happens somehow, some way. It always ends up happening. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put them as over. I'm gonna disagree with you guys.
And that's fine. Just to go back to something that you had mentioned, and you were talking about Aaron Rodgers. Even Aaron Rodgers' final year with the Packers, it wasn't even terrible. He threw for over 3,500 yards and 26 touchdowns with a 91 QBR.
Well, that doesn't
That
sound
is-
too bad.
No, it was very. He still had a very good season with almost a 65% completion percentage. So statistically he played well. Now, did they win a lot of games? They did struggle that year. Not all on the quarterback, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
and
guess
then after that, he tears his ACL, or not his ACL, his Achilles in the very first snap, basically.
16
And then he
seconds
has,
of the NFL season.
and then he has a year with the Jets that leaves much to be desired, right? So I still think he could have.
Okay, looking at that with the Jets, even with the Jets, he threw for 3,800 yards, 28 touchdowns with a QBR of 90.
Yeah, so he can put the stats up. Now, statistics aren't everything. We all know that.
The EOI test. You always got to go off that. That's a big factor into what I look for too. Does it look good?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, when he was still young, his second year, or his first year, I guess, officially starting 2008. I mean, he had a QBR of 93, so like it's around the same numbers. I guess there is consistency there. His lowest
Yeah.
rating was the year.
I haven't seen
got
it.
hurt.
I don't think he's gonna come back. Is all I'm saying there. But let's move on to the South. Let's finish up the AFC here.
Yeah. Let's
predictions.
zoom through this a little bit.
Get it through. I only have one playoff victor coming out of this division, and I'll tell you straight up, I do have the Texans going back for another division.
I agree.
win.
I also agree.
But what I will say, I think I really like the Titans this year. I think
I also agree.
Cam Ward might have a running, and I'm going to throw this early prediction in as well, is Rookie of the Year.
He very well could be.
Travis Hunter, if he plays both ways, he's gonna get it. If they end up having him play both ways, he's listed as wide receiver, quarter and cornerback still. I mean, he's got Trevor Lawrence for the wide receiver. Trevor Lawrence isn't a bad quarterback. I mean, he's coming back from his brain being turned into soup last year.
The only situation I see with that too is you have to be good. You know, you can't just. It's a lot different. We'll see how he fares like NFL wise doing that.
That's true. NFL is different than college.
For some reason, I have a feeling he's gonna pick a specialty, quote unquote, or one position pretty quickly. I don't know. That's just me.
I agree. The game's a lot faster. There's The game's a lot faster. It moves a lot faster. The plays are a lot faster. You go, 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 go. There's a lot less time for rest. So I think that plays a big part in it in the transfer between college to the NFL. So I don't think he's going to have as much rest time as he did in college, and it's just not. I don't think it's going to work. I could be proven wrong. So I disagree with you thinking he's going to be rookie of the year because I don't think he's going to be that good.
I was on that same wavelength too, but also, yeah, who knows? Maybe he's
But who
that
knows?
guy.
He just might be that guy.
That'd be crazy to see.
We'll
But,
find out.
yeah.
But yeah, I think for me it's Texans, Titans, and it's a dogfight for the bottom between the Jags and the Colts. I have the Jags and then the Colts, but I think that it could be a toss up between the final two.
So I have that too, but I also think the Jags are going to be pretty good too. They're going to improve from last year. I think, and this is kind of like going to be your make or break year for Trevor Lawrence. He's also one of those guys I think had maybe a little stretch of too many chances, but this is it. Like you got to see it this year, or there's something has to happen.
This is
Name a
it,
playmaker,
or they
Trevor
draft
Lawrence.
his replacement.
Yeah.
Name a playmaker Trevor Lawrence had to throw to really in the past few years.
Well, I mean, you can make that argument for Drake May too. Look what he's doing.
I mean, I guess no, that's a fair point.
It's just the improvement you have to see year over year, regardless of the pieces around you. If it's, I don't know. I feel like he's stretching out his chances here. Is the way I see it. But yeah, same.
I agree.
I got Texans, Titans, Jags. Not too far behind actually. I have a big gap between the Colts. As soon as I heard Danny Dimes was starting for them, I have them 0-17. No, I'm just kidding, obviously, but but yeah, that quarterback situation there is, if you have to fight.
Yeah, that's
I don't know who to start Daniel Jones. You got problems.
agreed.
Nick, you want to 1 through 4 real quick? Or are you on the same page?
I think the Jags are going to come out as two. I would just flip the Jags and Titans. I think the Titans still have a lot of work to do, especially after last year.
That's fair.
The Jags and Titans are going to be interchangeable for me. I don't think anyone but the Texans in this division have a chance to make the playoffs or a realistic chance. Honestly, I think the other three teams go sub 500.
All right, let's switch over conference. Let's get through these divisions. Let's pick our winners. I hope you remember these because we're going to revisit this at the end of the year and see who was right about all this before the season
Good thing
started.
it's recorded.
Good thing it's recorded because we're going to go back to this and it'll be really fun.
Okay.
Just listen to it. Maybe we'll have that as like a podcast at the end where we're just like reviewing all this and seeing how stupid we sound right now. But
Yeah.
NFC East, my opinion,
Here comes the bias.
probably the most competitive division. It's up there for sure.
I agree.
hear silence. Okay, I agree. I like that. But
No, I do agree. I agree.
we're also all gonna 3-2 win this one because this one's so easy to decide. NFC East. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2,
I have-
1. How about that? No one's saying it.
Nope. I just had to hear it. I just had to hear you.
I will revisit the episode of last year of the typical Cowboys fan.
Yep. Number one for me is the Eagles.
Okay. Who do you got number 2?
Number 2, I'm actually gonna give it to the Cowboys.
Are you crazy?
I think they get it done this year. Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
Nick.
We're just doing top 2. Oh no, you went through all 4.
I did all. Yep.
I'm gonna get some hate for this. Who honestly I think is gonna win the division. I have the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys taking the East. I think they're.
What?
I do. I think C.D. Lamb having the complement of George Pickens, who I was very sad to see go. That Dak has those two options to throw to is gonna open up a lot for them because now there's two very large threats on that field. I mean, the Cowboys have always kind of been, will they contend or not? To me, the Cowboys are the Steelers of the NFC. They kind of always somehow get it done and squeak by typically. Um, I think this is going to be their one-off year to where they do real good during the regular season. I think they're going to do exactly what the Steelers always do, though, and what the Cowboys are also do is it's going to be a first-round playoff exit, their first playoff game. I don't think they're going to the Super Bowl, but I do have them winning the East, followed by the Eagles, Commanders, and the Giants.
Yeah, y'all are both crazy. Here's how I see it. I have, for the first time in over 20 years,
The Commanders.
no, the Eagles repeating division title.
Okay.
It has not happened where the same team has won consecutive years for the past 20 years. It's always been someone different. So for the first time in a very long time, I have the Eagles repeating. I then have the Commanders. And then I was debating on whether to put the Cowboys last or third. I decided to put them third.
Okay.
Because even though the Giants are going to have a very good improving year, they still are going to work through it. It's going to be a successful year for them, I feel like, and they're going to be happy being in fourth. They're not going to like only win 3 games. You know what I mean? I can still see them like
absolutely not.
like a 7-9 or 7 and the one type deal kind of thing. 8 games, 8-9, something like that. Still being in last. But the problem with the Cowboys is the same old Jerry story we got every year. All this off-season nonsense.
I agree.
Too many risks in the off-season. Who is even Schottenheimer? Who is this guy?
Isn't that like a skit?
Yeah, I don't know.
John
But
Jacob
it also,
Gyllenhaal's like, sure.
the number one glaring problem that we're having is our best player on the team. He's not even going to be
Micah
ready to play
Parsons.
week 1. Is he going to be on the field week 1? I think he is.
Oh,
Dak seems to think he is too. It's if it's not going to be like the same old Jerry thing, sign him on the first game of the year like he always does, and I feel like this is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
How
I
do you
agree.
not sign the best player on the team?
well, that's because Brandon Aubrey's already on the team.
I agree with you. So, and as far as you, him playing week 1, I don't think he plays week 1.
You think
Even
he's gonna
like
hold
he
out?
would, he has. He has not been practicing at all.
Yeah, he's already talking about like back injury and stuff.
So I think that he does not play.
The other thing
That's
is,
just my
I think
opinion.
he's a
That could
contender.
he could do different, but
I think he wants to play. Is the problem?
it's yes, he wants to play, but he wants that paycheck.
Yeah, I would too, rightfully so. Which is crazy. Yeah, I just don't understand the whole thing. Like, between the agent and call this guy and what's happening, and Jerry said what he has in the recent interviews of making him the most guaranteed paid player. You got to take that deal, and it's just all doesn't make sense to me.
Right. Yeah, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes that obviously we aren't privy to, and they're keeping it silent. And whoever is not telling the truth, um, I'm not sure. Maybe maybe the blood got so bad with Micah that he just does not want to play for them anymore.
That could
Maybe
be.
it doesn't matter the contract.
That could be. Although Jerry
He
has
just
come out and said too, he got him for 3 years no matter what because they got the double franchise. He's still under
you
this
do.
year, so I
You
don't
do.
know.
I mean,
That's
wi-
I don't believe
But
in the threats because
that's a risk for Jerry
it is
just
yeah.
because you're franchise tagging a guy
Who's not even gonna
who
play.
is just not going to play.
Yep.
So there is no
I mean,
point.
there's also an issue around the contract because of our star edge rusher. I mean, that entire position group was their entire contracts were changed. It was a restructuring of it all because of the amount of money he got. He's the most, he is the highest paid defensive player now because of that.
He is.
But
I
Micah has when he's on the field for Cowboys, they have the best expected point average in the NFL.
Yep.
Since he has been on the team, the Cowboys have had the best expected point average with him being on the field.
Micah Parsons is currently the best defensive player in the league.
Which is crazy. Like, why don't you just pay this guy? But
I'm biased on that. I think he's 2. I think he's up there. I will always die on the hill that TJ is that this is biased as well. That TJ is
that is very much
the best
biased.
defensive player. I mean, look at the stats TJ puts up as well, though.
Yep. But if you see the way that they utilize Micah Parsons, he doesn't just rush the edge every single play.
Neither does
He
TJ.
moves around. He is way more athletic than TJ Watt could even dream of being.
This
Micah
will be
Parsons
another
is
episode
insane.
topic. Another episode topic.
Yeah.
This will come back up. We don't have the time for that now.
Yeah,
I
no,
could
we
talk
don't.
hours about this.
I know.
yeah, real quick before we move on to the next division, Eagles. What's the possibility of a Super Bowl slump?
I mean,
I have them at number 1 still, but it's happened with the Rams. Super Bowl slump was crazy with us.
That's exactly what I have in my notes is the Rams in big capital letters.
So low possibility or
high possibility?
I think it's a low possibility with the weapons they have on the team. For the Rams, it felt like after that year, it felt like you guys lost a lot of players.
We did.
Because you spent everything on 1-year contracts to get that title.
We did.
To get that, there's a lot of players that you just couldn't afford paying anymore.
That's very true.
I feel like with the momentum Eagles have, they have A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, the man who's doing like kick flips with people as he's jumping over them. I think it can. I think I have them actually going to the Super Bowl. I have the Eagles going to the Super Bowl again. But again, anything can always happen any given Sunday.
That's right.
Sunday.
Yeah, that is very true. The offense has not changed very much. Lost a little bit on defense, but yeah, that's going to be. I think it's a low possibility too. That's why I have him as number 1. All right, NFC West. We'll let Mr. Rams take it over.
All right, let's go into some things here. The Rams were 7 yards away from beating the eventual Super Bowl champions.
You have to bring that up first.
In the playoffs. I'm just saying, we were 7 yards away. We were the only team to even come close to beating them in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl, the whole postseason. So, being that the Rams only got better, adding Devontae Adams, we lost Cooper Kupp, but I think Devontae Adams is an upgrade in that position. You look at Jared Verse, Braden Fisk. We added Poona Ford, who is a dominant run-stopping defensive tackle, which is what we needed direly. I think we only got better. And we'll talk about this in a moment. Once everyone is gone, we'll go back to Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to be fine. We'll just say that off the bat. So I think that the Rams are going to be number 1. Number 2, I actually have the San Francisco or the Seattle Seahawks. I was going to say the 49ers, but the Seahawks, I think got crazy good as far as obviously they lost DK Metcalf, but they added Cooper Kupp, and Jackson Smith and Jigba is crazy good. Can Sam Darnold recreate what he did in the regular season? Like he had with the season last year with the Vikings. Obviously he downgraded a little bit as far as weapons, but I still think he can have a good season. The 49ers being at 3, they lost a lot on the defensive side of the football, and they lost a lot on offense too. They are not the same team that they were. And then the Cardinals, they're the Cardinals. Kyler Murray's still their starting quarterbacks. I don't think that they're going to be. Now, granted, they did show some signs last year of being better, but that's how it looks. That's how it looks for me.
This is one of these divisions that could be very, very competitive too for me.
Yes.
Now, on the other hand, you said he's going to be fine. Stafford there.
Yep.
I have a very high concern for the Rams fans. And it's not even that, like, he's fine now. You got a season to worry about. And the back thing, it's even if he can play through it like he has before, injuries, how effective can that really be?
Sure.
And the
It's
re-injury
something.
risk, I feel like, is a lot higher. If Stafford goes down, I would be very concerned.
So you say that. The only thing that I bring up is that we also have a backup quarterback who has went to the Super Bowl and 2 NFC Championship games.
Yeah, but the word you said before quarterback is very important. Backup. There's a reason why he's
If
there now.
there is, but to be fair, who are you going to start? The Super Bowl winner or the Super Bowl loser? Um,
I mean, I would
that's
start
not to
Stafford
say
100%
that
like every
that's
day.
that's not to say that Garoppolo has the ability. We've seen it, obviously. Now he had crazy good playmakers in this time in San Francisco when he was there, when he went to the Super Bowl. So um it's a little bit different here in this situation. But I think that if Stafford went down, I trust him to take the reins.
I don't know about that. I feel like it'll derail if that happens if Stafford's gone. But I got it flipped. I got the Seahawks first. I think Sam, Mr. Sir Samuel, comes in. A lot of people saying it's a downgrade from Geno, but I think this is another plus resurgence year for him. I think he's going to win the division. Then I got the Rams also making the playoffs in second.
Okay.
A lot of things, the 49ers, they did lose a lot. They don't have a lot. The things they got going for them, CMC is back. They still
True.
have a S tier head coach, legendary coach, and they have the easiest schedule in the whole entire league. So I could
That's fair
see
as
them
well.
picking up a lot of wins that way, but I don't feel like they're going to be strong contenders this year. So I could see that, maybe them squeaking in. But as of right now, I don't have them in. And then I got Cardinals last.
Yeah.
Nick?
I agree with the Cardinals being last. Double XP weekend for Kyler Murray has never been fun, and only God knows what's going to happen when Battlefield 6 comes out if he gets on that wave. I mean, I will never believe in the Cardinals ever again. I will never draft Kyler Murray ever again in fantasy because of that. I made that mistake 2 years ago, and I learned the hard way. He'll never see my fantasy teams. I'll never take a Cardinals player because of that. So that's my last. I'm gonna go reverse. So that's my 4. Um, my 3 is actually the Seahawks. I
Mm.
feel like Sir Sam isn't gonna as well. He doesn't have Justin Jefferson catching the ball. He doesn't have Jordan Addison. Yes, he has Cooper Kupp and JSN, but I just don't feel like he has it anymore. He did good in Minnesota because JJ McCarthy went down. He was put on the spot. He wasn't supposed to be there to begin with. McCarthy was supposed to take the reins until he got hurt. I have the 49ers at 2 because as Cousin said, they have an easier schedule. They're going to squeak out wins. CMC's back, and I think CMC this is going to be a year he throws his hat back in the ring for number 1 running back in the league. I think he's going to make a resurgence year, show that last year was just a fluke with the injuries and not the performance. He's not. I mean, he's had injuries throughout his career, but I don't think he's going to let that hold him back this year. I think he's going to have a healthy season and put Saquon and Derek a run for their money. Not say be the number 1 back, but put up those numbers. And I do have the Rams as well at number 1. I mean, if Matthew Stafford does stay healthy, the only things I could find about his injury was it was a disc injury in his back. I couldn't see exactly what it was anywhere. I don't know if that knowledge is out there, but depending on what the injury is, if he re-aggravates it, it could be very severe. I mean, a minor disc injury is a 2 week recovery. If it's something more serious, it could be season. So depending on how bad it is now, yes, they say he's going to be good. If something happens to that guy, I mean, I played football. I knew like when you had an injury and then you re-aggravated it, it could come back 10 times worse. And if that happens to him, it could turn into a rough year for the Rams. But I feel like regardless of that, they're the contender of that division.
Beautiful. All right, let's get through these next two visions. Sum it up. We're all going to shout out our Super Bowl winner, who we think's going to have it this year. NFC North. I'll go first.
Okay.
Here's what I got in order. Are you guys ready for this?
Ready?
I feel like the Lions are going to have one more year of we're good at the game. I think
Agreed.
this is their last year. And I could possibly see it going early, where they start to fall and not be as good and as dominant. But as of right now, I'm going to have them number one. I think this is their last chance before things start to happen. And then I got the Packers. Then I got the Bears going 9-8, so they're over 500 this year, which is great. And then I got Vikings in last.
Okay. For me,
And the
I
playoffs
have
teams I have it on that is Lions, Packers, both making it. Sorry.
I have as well Lions Packers. But I think that JJ McCarthy is going to be able to play well, lead that team. I have them at 3. Honestly, in my mind, 2 and 3 are fairly interchangeable. Um, eh, Jordan Love hasn't shown me that he's can be an excellent quarterback. He shows me he can win football games, but that's about it. Which obviously you need that, but when push comes to shove, he tends to get dazed in a headlight, so to speak. So I have those interchangeable at 2 and 3, and then the Bears at 4.
For time purposes, so I'll keep this a little on the briefer side. Um, their division last year was decided by one game. The Packers, Lions, and Vikings, with the Lions and Vikings being juggernauts, they all had the same record towards the end of the year. Um, I have Packers at 1. I mean, I agree. Jordan Love, he can play football. I think the addition of Matthew Golden to that offense is going to help them a little bit. I do think they win the division, followed by the Lions, then Vikings. But I think it's going to be very similar to last year, to where honestly 1, 2, and 3 can be interchangeable. It's going to come down to a game between the three of those teams again. Why I have the Vikings up in that contender aspect of it is it's more of a gut read. I feel like JJ McCarthy's gonna. It's his rookie campaign. All he was supposed to have the rookie campaign last year. All the rookies balled out, quarterback wise last year. Who started? It's his rookie campaign this season. I think he's gonna have his due like they had theirs. And then it for me forever the easy last place will always be the Bears.
Poor the Bears.
For the Bears.
All right, going to Celta. Cap it all off. What do you guys got?
Wanna
I
go first, Nick?
I'll go.
Oh,
I'll go first again. I almost
Okay.
did it. I almost had it. I almost put Carolina at first. I'm gonna say
Oh
it.
yeah.
I think they're one of those teams too.
You need
No,
to
I
put
actually almost did. I had them.
you gotta put down the PBR then, my friend. If
I
you
had
if
them
you think that's gonna happen,
interchangeable 2-3. Interchangeable 2-3. Both the Falcons and Panthers going 8-9. So I could see that switching anyway, right there. Not even joking about that either. Saints. I probably have them worse than the Browns this year. Worst team in the league.
Yeah, I
And I
agree with
have
that
the
one.
Bucks winning again in the division. Only team
Yes.
making the playoffs.
Yep, mine is Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints. Um, yeah, that's the just to sum it up. Yeah,
and I mean I'm the exact same way as Chris there. Bucks, Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and the Bucks, and in the words of the man who was in my seat last year. It's Daddy Mayfield. He's gonna take the show.
All right, we gotta put it in written in stone. We'll go to the fantasy. We want to really do the draft things. We'll worry about that next week. But yeah, we guys got to put down a prediction. I'm writing them down right now. So at the end of the year, same thing. We're going to go back and laugh at all of you because I already know
Yeah.
who's going to win.
Super Bowl winners.
Super
Are
Bowl
we doing
winners.
this?
Yep. Who is it? Who's your pick?
I got the Bird Bowl this year. I have an Eagles Ravens Super Bowl. The Eagles are going to make it. I think Lamar. This is the year of Lamar proving those playoff things wrong, and they're going to go to the Super Bowl. And I say this with a heavy heart as the division rival, the one of the nastiest hated rivalries in the NFL. I have Ravens winning it this year. I have Lamar getting his one ring of his career, and um, it's gonna. I think it's gonna be this year with the weapons they have. I mean, Derrick Henry is slowing down, but he's still prominent. I think this is gonna be one of his final good seasons. The Ravens are gonna take the bowl. They're gonna bring it back to good old Baltimore.
Christy.
You know, I was gonna say the same thing, but now I feel like I need to change it up.
I mean, if that's your pick, that's your pick.
I do.
If it's your pick,
The Ravens, I feel like are going to be the Super Bowl champions down the stretch. I think that they fall into the same category as the Lions, where like they're coming close to like their year. And I actually have Ravens Lions.
Oh wow, that's pretty. That's pretty. Yeah, and it's Lamar's the only repeat MVP that's never won a Super Bowl too. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yeah, for me, I have two completely different teams. I don't.
That's
have the
understandable.
Ravens, don't have the Ravens making it, but it is our year. And how about them Cowboys? We're going to the bowl, baby. We're gonna win it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Obviously,
maybe the
but-
toilet bowl.
Okay. Well. For me, I had the Buffalo Bills representing the AFC Conference,
Okay.
and I had the Rams going to the Super Bowl
All right.
this year, barring, of course,
think
Stafford
that's-
has to stay healthy the
Yeah.
whole entire year. And I have the Los Angeles Rams winning the Super Bowl this year.
All right.
I do.
Represent.
I really do.
well,
I
at least
have
one
them
of us might be happy to these predictions.
after
Yeah.
a second place division. By the way, Seahawks beating them out in the regular season. Rams come back and playoffs and win it. But yeah, that's enough
I
of
think-
predictions. I got them all down. We're gonna laugh because yeah, I know I'm right. You guys are wrong.
Oh yeah.
But
I hope you're right.
I guess I'm right. We're gonna move on to everyone's favorite time of the podcast.
It's time for It's Okay. It's Not Okay.
And in today's, or this week's, It's Okay, It's Not Okay, I thought we had to pop off with it because we're all excited for week one coming off. Is it okay, or is it not okay, to fake injury, call in, stub your toe, skip work, play hooky, call in any important family events, sorry, can't make it, my back hurts, my car broke down, any excuse you can throw at the book because you're watching football. 7 hours of commercial-free football, week one Sunday. Is it okay to cancel everything? Or is it not okay? No, that's not cool. You already had pre-obligations. You have to go to those. Maybe you catch the games, like on your phone while you're there. You pop up Red Zone while you're there. Okay or not okay? We'll go to Christy first. What do you think?
Heck yeah. It is absolutely okay. I can tell you that being a football fan for as long as I have, I wouldn't have any plans that day that could need to be canceled. So unless someone's having that very important to me, that's having a wedding or somebody dies,
Well, I think
And
that's the
there's a few.
implication of the it's okay, it's not okay.
Th-
Like if you
those
have,
are the only two scenarios where I see myself. But work, absolutely skipping out on. If I was dumb enough to make a plan on a Sunday with someone, absolutely I'm canceling for the first Sunday of football.
so you're full, it's okay no matter what.
Yeah. It is absolutely okay. I put in for that day off. I have it off just so that I don't have to do anything but watch 7 hours of commercial-free football.
All right,
If they
Nick,
didn't give it to me off, I was going to call in.
what do you
So
think?
it's okay.
Okay or not okay?
It is absolutely not okay.
Oh,
I'm on the up. I am, as much as I love football, dread working on football days. It is life. Life has to come first. Life doesn't stop. Football is a portion of life, but if you don't go to work and can't pay the bills, you can't pay for that 7 hour commercial free football. You got to go. Responsibilities do come first. Um, I mean, and then you can tape games. The highlights are on YouTube. You can see all the big flashy things. And like when last football season, I had to work every Sunday, Thursday, and Monday, and I had that game on my phone propped up, and whenever I could, I'd check it.
that is a
Um,
very interesting take. The you can't buy it if you don't have it or the money for it. Got to go into work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, if I did have prior plans, sorry, my car broke down that day. It's definitely okay.
It's definitely okay.
Like,
You kidding me?
yeah, I'm getting fired for week one of if I have to for week one football. It is more important than I'm taking the
The,
other
the
other
only
route again.
the only way I would be okay with it is if it is Super Bowl Sunday and it's your team playing. Then absolutely screw whatever obligations you had. Get yourself some wings, get yourself some pizza, get yourself a nice case of beer, and enjoy that game.
If your team makes it, and this goes for everyone here, are you going to doing everything you can to go to the game?
I will
I
not be in a financial spot to do that.
I was just going to say I don't know if I would be able to
You
financially
taking out a
recover from
loan? You
that.
selling the car?
No.
Ah,
I would
I,
have done that a few years ago when the Rams went. I didn't.
yeah, that's
honestly, you might have to sell yourself on the corner to be able to afford that. Like it's those tickets are
yeah,
absurd.
that's true.
Pretty sure nosebleeds are like 10,000.
Yeah,
And by
yeah.
the
I
way,
don't
the
think you
Fast
can get
Cast is
anything
not
under
doing any of those
yeah
activities.
about 10 grand, maybe 15 even now. All right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in for season 2, episode 1 of the Fast Cast. Hopefully, you guys are gonna enjoy the roster change going forward. Every single Thursday morning at 8 a.m. right here on YouTube at the Fast Cast. This is where you'll find us, and we'll give you some, at least hopefully, some entertainment, some news going around. Next week we're going to be including fantasy. We didn't get to that today, but hopefully all your drafts go well going into the start of the season. We still got our home draft coming up this weekend, but until next week, when the season kicks off and the Cowboys are going to win the game, 8 a.m. Thursday. We'll see you at the Fastcast next week. We want to say goodbye, guys?
See you guys.
Yeah,
Have
so
a
yeah,
good
go
week.
Steelers.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro.